Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about what makes a good support system and what us as people with IIH would like to see from those of us around us, specifically with the support system. And I also want to talk about why a support system is so crucial with IIH. So before we get too far into the video, time for the intro. Hey everyone, my name is Ashley Stewart. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with IIH. The long form of this name is called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Some of you may also know this condition by its older names, either pseudotumor cerebri or benign intracranial hypertension. So if you're curious to learn more about what it's like to live with this condition, or what those of us living with this condition would like you to know, then I strongly encourage you to watch on. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell down below so that you get updated about further videos. I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon. It is critical for those of us with IIH to have a very, very good support system. And this doesn't necessarily mean having a bunch of people around us that are showing empathy all the time, but a good support system is people who really understand what is going on as much as you do, and really those people who can be there to be your advocate too. And what I mean by this is, I think it's just as important that you have somebody with you for your doctor's appointments because honestly, even for me, who has quite a heavy background in some of these sciences, it's overwhelming with all the information that you have to know and all the information that comes at you really, really fast when you get diagnosed with IIH, even if it's a drawn out process. I think it's just really, really important that you have somebody with you that can not only ask questions, but to really remember things for when you forget them. So I think that's number one reason. Number two reason that I think it's really important that we have a good solid support system is the condition can take away your independence quite quickly and quite significantly in some cases. So for example, some of us are not able to work with the condition. Some of us have to make changes to our goals when we get diagnosed with this condition. In my case, because I was sick at the end of my degree, it was kind of probably some of the best timing. I know it didn't feel like it at the time because I was having to manage my last semester of university, and I think people would be surprised as to how much I went through. I've pretty much shared as much as I'm going to share about that in my previous videos where I've talked about what the biochemistry degree was like while being sick. And now I know that it was IIH, but at the time I had no idea. It has delayed either following down what I could with a career with a bachelor's degree or furthering my education. I kind of want to explain a little bit what makes a good support system because I've kind of dug this in other videos and kind of mentioned it, but haven't had a specific video where I'm talking about this. So, like I said in one of my previous videos earlier, a good support system is not really one that's showing empathy. So, besides showing empathy, what else can I do? Ask the basic questions. And some of these questions I have answered on this channel. Stuff like, what is IIH? What are the medications that you take and why? What happens when you're not feeling well? What does an IIH headache feel like? What is the difference between IIH and migraines? How can you tell the difference if you have both, kind of thing? And those basic kind of questions will demonstrate a curiosity just beyond the surface. And actually, that's a really, really good learning technique anyways, that if you want to understand something in a deeper way, is to ask a lot of questions. Are there any questions that are bad questions to ask? I would say the one question to avoid as much as possible is to ask how you're feeling. IIH is a chronic health condition. It's a chronic illness. IIH has no cure. It comes in waves, so you can be feeling good one minute and not so good the next. And honestly, the one question I hate the most is how are you feeling today? Even though I know it's people trying to show that they care. And the thing is people use how are you feeling today a lot in small talk. So we want to know whether it's okay for us to vent out our frustrations too in some instances. So in my experience, I'm don't know whether people are asking this because they are specifically curious as to how I'm feeling, because they're aware that I'm going through symptoms of IIH, and because they're aware that I have been diagnosed with IIH, or if they're asking to make small talk and just want, a good and we move on kind of thing. Like I've said with relationships and all of that, it can be iffy sometimes. Sometimes people lose really, really close family and friends because of not understanding about what is going on, or because it's been a long time and they appear to be doing really, really well one minute and then not so well the next, and they don't really understand that there's that dynamic there. So I've talked about this in the relationships video, and I also mentioned this support issue too before. So I just wanted to really make a video on it so that it's out there and then this gets out, because I don't want some of this stuff hidden in a video where it's relevant but it's not right there so you can find it. A good support system is necessary because without it, it can be a very lonely place. IIH is quite rare. I've seen anywhere from 1 in 100,000 people, which would be rare, very rare, to about 20 to 23 per 100,000 people. So it's still quite rare. The reason for these differences in the statistics comes from the fact that there's a difference between incidence in people who are of normal weight to those people who are overweight or obese getting diagnosed with the condition. Your chances or risk of getting it significantly increases when you have a higher weight. If you guys have any questions or comments that you'd like to add to this video, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye everyone.